Hey, Kate.
Good morning.
Well, we don't have Liz with us today, which is just fine, but we do miss her.
Mhm.
And you and I just touched base a little bit. Would love to talk about perspectives on New Year.
Sure. So what I've been noticing is you and Liz are both like ready to go. 2024, ready to manifest some great things, ready to go. Like there's exclamation marks in your texts. I am not there. I
Okay.
am very much in the like I have a 2024 plan. It's a 2023 look back and a 2024 plan. I sent it to a bunch of my clients. They all did it. It's January 25th right now, and I am on page two.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wonder if there's anybody else out there that's just slow rolling it. And I began to feel a little bit bad originally because again, there's lots of excitement and lots of seize the day on your guys's on then your guys's tone. And I'm very much in a resting state.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And excitement doesn't necessarily mean a lot of action. So let's be clear.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So just don't read too much into stuff. I personally always use a lot of exclamation points. If you go back, you'll notice that.
And I think maybe normally I'm with you, although I I have gotten in trouble for periods in my texts, especially with my family, because I write in full sentences, which means a period at the end of, and apparently that is read as mad, upset. So
Oh.
yeah, so I have to be careful about my punctuation, apparently. I'm working on it. Um,
My kids read the full sentence stuff as you're old, mom. You're out of it. You don't need to write that way in a text. So again, another perspective.
Sure, sure. Yeah, my Tom has actually come at me and been like, "You sound mad in this text," and I'm like, "I don't. I'm not. You can't.
Uh,
Like, don't assign." And he's like, "Yes, period." Like, working on it. I'm working on it. No, but like, it is all I can do to like do a non-critical task every day. I felt really proud of myself yesterday because I had three medical things that I needed to, or four. I needed to make sure the dentist had my insurance stuff. They had called me, so I had to call them back on Monday. I had to schedule an ultrasound, which I did yesterday, and I had to go get my blood drawn in San Francisco, and it was like all I can do to get that done
mhm.
this week. Not actually do it. I actually got the blood draw on Monday, but it just everything feels heavy. It feels like I'm like walking through molasses.
Yeah.
And I'm just letting everybody know that it's okay if you're not running the sprint. I figure we can sprint in January. Me and the slow rollers, well, we can sprint in February, like or maybe March. I don't know, but we can, you know, cozy up in January and then we can get going maybe next month.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I know you're using the word sprint. You think about what does sprint really mean for you?
Well, it means go fast to me. Um, and I am so far away from being able to sprint. I will do a humble brag. It's not even a humble brag. I think it's just a brag. But I haven't run for 2 years now because of
Yeah.
my back. Um, and yeah, I know as I get older, I need to have more weight bearing exercise. So I jogged slowly down my street on my walk today, and then I jogged slowly home down my street. I think I got 0.15 miles, claps for me, each way. So it's 0.3
Yeah, yeah.
mile each way. Um, and I'm just like, you know what? It's a step. And I can reflect on 2023 throughout the year. I don't have to do it in January or December. I can do this at my own pace, and it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me lazy. It doesn't make me, you know, whatever, you know, not getting my stuff together. Like it doesn't, none of those labels apply.
Hmm.
I can plan for 2024
Hmm.
all throughout 2024 until
Yeah,
the result.
absolutely. Yeah. And again, excitement for 2024, excitement for for a new year doesn't mean that I or anyone else has sprinted into the new year and have all our shit together. Um, I'm excited because Isley's graduating high school. I'm excited because we're going to get to decide where Mike and I want to move next because she's our last. We can move anywhere. I'm excited to have more time to travel out to see people like you and Liz and maybe start a business out there. Just all new opportunities. Does that mean that I have my 1099s done? Nope. Does that mean that I've looked at all my business expenses and started my taxes? Heck no. I'm not excited about any of that stuff any more than I ever have been. So yeah, I'm in slow mo on all the actual, stuff I need to do at some point. Yeah, and Kate, you're not alone. A lot of my coaches just even this week, they're like, "Woo, I feel wobbly. I'm a little disoriented. I in their struggle with I'm in coaching because I want to take agency over my future. I want freedom. And so many of them have at least gone to part-time or have transitioned to a new career or have transitioned out and are taking a break to start the next phase. And they get there and then they're like, oh my gosh, there's no rules, there's no formal structure, there's no formal cadence, there's no formal, I have to show up at this or that. And I'm lost.
Yeah.
And I'm not nearly as productive as I ever was in corporate. I hated corporate for it, but now I'm not in it and I'm lost.
Yeah.
And I honest to God was just thinking about this before we talked because I have a client that was pretty upset this morning and I'm wondering if it's not a matter of maybe we made transitions in some ways, but we haven't changed our scorecard.
Mhm.
What does productive look like on the new scorecard? What does success look like on the new scorecard? What
Yeah.
does accomplishment look like? If we just think about changing what we do, but don't change how we measure it or track it, or, I'm wondering if that's missing. And I haven't done that work well for myself or with my clients yet.
I did that work yet last year because I as I reflected on making that big transition out of corporate and into my own business, um, I had this boss who's very much like, you got to do this and do that, and it was me, and I was like, who? Wait, I can choose not to be a bad boss. Like, wait a minute, lady, let's talk.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
And maybe it's just this continuation of, or more of a solidification of, um, I'm I'm noticing that there's a lot of people who are ready to grab 2024 by the reins and ride it. And that's okay that I'm not in that space.
Oh, yeah.
The other and the other thing that came up as you were talking for me is we have had structure from the time we are, I went to preschool, so
Yeah.
but by the time that we are 3 or 4 years old, all throughout, if we get a job after college, right? All throughout until we stop working. And then what do we do with that lack of structure?
Yeah.
How do we handle it? We
Yeah.
went to dinner with a gentleman who retired from Apple. It's where my husband works. And we were like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, oh, you know what? Like, I only have the capacity to do like one thing a day.
Yeah.
And I can milk that one thing. Like, it's a big deal. I got to call Xfinity. That's going to be like today's task.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done after that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sleeping, and I identify with that too. I like yesterday, my back wasn't feeling great, so I did literally nothing.
Hmm.
There was a lot of time on the heating pad. There was a lot of snuggles with the dog.
Hmm.
Um, there was some reading, but there was only rest. And the good news is today my back doesn't hurt. So maybe I
Yeah.
needed the rest. Maybe
Yeah.
listening to what's going on
Yeah.
is what's right for right now.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think, we're grown up, but as you said, through school and career and work and life to have a path for you, have the next year, have the next, performance review, have the look back, have the look ahead. And when we don't have that, I need to ask myself, I'll talk for myself, you know, am I feeling most accomplished by my checklist every day and the income coming in? And or what else do I add to the scorecard? And I need to add just overall well-being, overall confidence, overall feeling at peace. I like the slower pace.
Yeah.
And when I have these thoughts that you're expressing, which I have them too, a lot, or I get them because other people are like, oh, how can you stand working at home? And, how could you stand going into corporate? And I feel judged. And then I realize, I'm starting to second guess myself. And I need to truly have on my scorecard that what I might have lost in terms of success or achievement or checklist accomplishment or even energy and motivation to accomplish 10,000 things in a day or income coming in, I have more than made up for in all of the just happiness.
Yeah.
And can I just sit around and be happy all day? No. Um, but
I think that's
what I
human
find,
that you can't.
I can't. Um, but what I find is because I didn't have all that for so long, if I focus on that, then I at least get a lot more of it each day. And the other stuff happens anyway
Yeah.
in the right time, as much as I need to. It's just I've flipped it on its head. Um, I think some people, including me, get nervous that if allowed all this freedom forever, that I'll just sit around the house all day and do a bunch of nothing and eat bonbons and that's not true because my passion and my mission in life has always been to help people and show people that there is a new way and there is a new way to be healthy and well and mentally healthy. And so I have to start and continue to remind myself that's going to drive me, whether I put it on a checklist or not.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. We have this, I think, false narrative in our head that rest means that we're gonna, taking a break or resting means that we're just never gonna get up.
Right.
And I have finished my taxes, not finished my taxes, but finished my documents for my taxes. Because,
See,
like that was on my list like earlier. I was like, I gotta finish that.
see,
And so it's not like nothing's happening. I'm just not giving myself credit for the things that are happening.
yeah,
Um, and again, I can look back at 2023 and plan for 2024 throughout the year. It doesn't have to be a nice little bow. So if there's any little peoples out there that are slow rolling it like me,
Uh-huh.
okay, it's okay.
Uh-huh. It's
We're doing fine.
perfectly fine. You
We're
can
doing,
slow roll, you can sprint, you can do anything in between,
yeah,
but really just figure out as you want something, whether it's freedom or agency or something new, figure out what the new scorecard is going to be, even just for yourself. Like maybe keep it in front of your computer. Because the old dogma about what success looked like before
yeah,
is pretty sticky.
yeah, yeah. What did they say? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you are marching to your song, not someone
Hmm.
not
As
society.
fast or slow as you want to march.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even if it's in place, turn in circles.
You are standing in place to your own drum.
That's right. Great reminder. And so relevant.
So the end of January, maybe I'll get my 2024 done. Maybe I won't this month, but I'll check. I'll report back.
It's just a day,
Yeah, I'll let you
you
know.
know. It's okay. Good. We'll talk about it again soon.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.